This is just a little bonus stream. I don't know how long it will be, but we're playing Panic on the Sega CD or Mega-CD, depending on your region. This is a little strange kind of game that's kind of I would call it an interactive cartoon or something, but we'll see as we go on. That's a good gag. Gossy. Very nice. Cool. Alright, so we've met our two main characters already on that splash screen. Slap and stick. Okay, so this is demonstrating what's happened, what went wrong with the world. Because some kind of all-encompassing computer network went mad and caused all the things to go wacky, basically. Oops. Oh, what's happening there? Okay, cool. Sorry, dealing with the stream. What's happening? Robots. We have robots. Lots of robots. I don't think we live in the world that is full of clockwork robots, but I wish. Yeah, as Tony says, the plot doesn't matter, truthfully. It's kind of an excuse for it and such, for the nonsense. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And so yeah, we got Tony in chat and Danger Mouse too. Good to see you both. Sound is working well, that's good. I guess, yeah, this intro here is good for establishing the tone of the game, which is very silly. Oh no. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that. This is similar art style to some ads in the 80s, says Danger Mouse. And yeah, I seem to recall some things that you might be referring to. But yes, machines have gone bad. A nasty computer virus has created software bugs in the computer network server, which will infect every device on the planet. Although I think it's established that that this virus is affecting things that even you would not expect it to. A new software program has been developed to deal with the thingy. Blah blah blah. It's called Panic, hence the name of the game. The original name of the Japanese game was Switch, which refers more to the gameplay style where each screen you're presented with a series of switches. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's just start. Cool. Well, it's taking me to this screen already. Okay, cool. Yes, let's do it. That box art is really busy, isn't it? Oh, and using his Mega-CD, Slap has been transported inside the TV. Classic tropey way to start a story. Yes, Tony's identifying some of the recurring elements here. Throw up, Moai heads, and also they're saying, I love that noise. I'm not sure what noise actually. That kid would love the green slime. Well, we'll see. Okay, so this game was compatible with the Mega-CD mouse peripheral as proudly displayed on the box art of the Japanese version. If you don't have the mouse peripheral, and I wasn't sure how to get it working in the emulator, you can just move the cursor around with the D-pad. But this would have worked well on a computer or even a touchscreen these days. So yeah, we're presented with 4 buttons. There's no way of knowing what they're going to do, so we just press one and see what happens. And using the power of the CD peripheral, we're going to see lots of different screens and sounds and videos and things. The game was ported to the PS2, and they changed a few of the elements that perhaps were more controversial and replaced them with full like FMV CG sequences. But it looks like so far we've got a lot of pixel art sprites happening, which is cool. So the upper right left button has taken me to a lift. Now what am I going to do in the lift? I can go to a different floor. I can call for help. Maybe let's just try opening the door and going back out. Oh no, I got squished. I do like how his arm grows to press the button. So that's a death, and you're immediately then placed back, and you can experiment more. So the point is just to press different buttons that appear on screen, and then watch the gags that happen. That's the objective. The TV throwing up noise is what Tony was reacting to. They love the oddness, the literal idea of a computer bug that makes things throw up. By the way, this is a maze. You can and will go in circles. Oh yeah, that's right. I should be using some save states, so I'll do that. In case there's game over states, which I know there are. There's 5 possible bad endings that start you over, says Tony. Yep. So, yeah, just random buttons. Let's press the middle one. So we started the lawnmower. And the lawnmower threw up. Uh-oh. Okay. I feel like I need to do it in a logical manner by pressing buttons in a particular order, but the buttons take you to different places. It's a huge, like, mind map or flowchart, I guess. There are maps and charts online to show you where things will take you. So the nose. I do like the nose. It is the key feature of the Mona Lisa, apart from the smile. So what have we done? Oh, we've changed it to night. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh, she turned into a werewolf. Okay, cool. How about right eye? Hi, Gibbon. Yeah, I may have surprised you by doing a little surprise stream here. Okay, so that was a bit gross and strange. What are we doing? Yeah, this is a comedy game, by the way. There's not too many of those, because humor doesn't always work too well in an interactive medium, and people have different approaches to how they can make it work. So a lot of adventure games try to inject humor. This is essentially an adventure game, just quite abstract and, you know, not logical. There's no logic to it, whereas most adventure games try to have logic to help you complete it. Here the objective isn't really to complete the game, although you eventually can. It's just to try random things and see what funny scenario the devs came up with. And I don't think anything like this has really been done too much before. But the CD format is where things like this started to take off, I think. Yeah, so either something funny happens or a button will take you to another place where different things will happen. So I think I've seen a few screenshots and I know what this scenario is. It's sort of an atomic testing thing. Okay. We made the giant bum appear and it did a giant fart. I've seen that screenshot. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, the game has toilet humor, of course, as well as surreal humor and just, you know. Oh, it's the Opera House. Great. We just saw that in City Connection. And it exploded. So this is a recurring element of the game. If you press the wrong button, a monument around the world will be destroyed. The booby-trapped switch was connected to the opera. Okay, that's one way of putting it. Diagnostics detect 29 more booby-trap switches. So that's one of the game over states you can get, is if you find all 30 of the booby-trap switches, then you lose because you've destroyed all of the world's monuments. But you just have to find the right switch that takes you to the central computer core so you can upload the whatever thingy. That's the plot, but like I said, it's not important. Oh yeah, sorry, Tony, this is the Mega-CD version, yes. There's the PS2 port as well, but it's easier to emulate the Mega-CD. Danger Mouse says, this is a really cute, funny version of the Cube, which is completely not cute. Tell me what the Cube is. I don't know what that is. And she's saying she doesn't know how to react to this. It's so bizarre. Yeah, that's right. We were just saying the other day that Danger Mouse has never been to the Sydney Opera House, and now she'll never get to go because it exploded. Yeah, so what I've read about the PS2 version is they replaced the monuments being destroyed sequences, now that we know about those, the 30 of those, they replaced them with monuments being covered in poos, in turds, which is a classic Japanese humor thing, is the swirly poo being used in comedic situations, and these monuments just get coated in them. And when too many of them get all pooed up, then the earth turns into a giant ball of poo, and a dung beetle rolls it into a black hole. So there's a spoiler for the PS2 version. Maybe I should have said. Wah! So we're falling. What's the parachute? It was guts. It was internal organs, so that did not work. I think it's better if we don't actually press the buttons with logic, because then it's more random, I suppose. And yeah, I accidentally pressed the same one twice. In case you want to see the same jokes again, you can do that. So I'm not going to be looking at a map today. I'll just be pressing random things as the game intends you to do, and try to memorize outcomes if you actually want to make progress or see new things, I guess. I guess I'll play for about an hour or something. I think if you know what you're doing, it'll only take a few minutes to really beat the game. What an end for humanity that would be, Tony says. Yes. Okay, so here's a robot pig with prominent memories. What are we going to get it to do? Oh, we're pressing each of them. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's a baby piglet. Many robot piglets that are smacking me. I'm sorry. They're really mad. Smack. Smack. I think even if you game over and go back to the start, it's not a big deal, because even on the first screen there's buttons I haven't pressed, which will take me to other places, and it's all just a big random thing. Oh man. I got so taunted by those pigs, but the mother woke up. Okay, that was not an outcome. It just resets you. Yeah, as Tony says, it's more like a toy. The only other game that I really know of that could be compared to this is... Oh, and I don't remember how to pronounce it. Let me just look it up. So Amanita Design, who I know from doing the adventure games Machinarium and Botanicula, as well as Samarost. They're a really cool company. Nope, I got a result for the mushroom. They're named after a mushroom. I think they're based in the Czech Republic, I want to say. Yeah, Czech. So I'll just look up the name of it. My brother showed it to me the other day on his computer. It's a recent release that's available on Steam, as well as mobile platforms, apparently, smartphones and such. Which, like I said, for this one would be a good platform for it, because you're directly interacting with things on the screen. It's called Chuchel, Chuchel. So yeah, it's funny. It's very nice. I like the characters and the situations that go on in that one. Chuchel. So I played a little bit of it the other day, and it was yeah, a really cool little funny thing. Like you say, Tony, it's a toy, much like this one. I didn't say up front, but this is an internal Sega developed game to take advantage of the Sega CD hardware, made by AM7 R&D division, Office One. But they didn't want to localize it, so it was up to Data East to bring it out in the US, and those are the two releases it's ever had, Japan and US. So the UFO is making crop circles in this scenario, and okay, cool. There's our Monty Python homage, which led me to wonder if there were... So I read that there was a Monty Python reference in here somewhere. So I went to investigate what Monty Python games there were, because thinking they might be similar to this, where just sort of random stuff happens all the time. A lot of them, like I said about the CD format, use the opportunity to include a lot of clips and sketches from the show or from the movies in the game, either as rewards or events or whatever. But I feel like there's a little bit more structure to them, or else they have mini games or things like that. The earliest Monty Python game, you play as a Gumby, and you'll be familiar with the Gumbies. If you know about Monty Python's Flying Circus, they're not the green rubbery guy with a horse friend, although I just realized the other day that that's kind of a similar premise to Shrek, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah, and it's like a platformer, but a lot of random stuff happens in humorous situations and such as well. Yeah. And that was on all the platforms at the time. Excuse me?
Approach with caution and plenty of Kleenex.
Okay. I don't know how to react to that. Like Danger Mouse said earlier, a lot of things in here, you're just like, I am kind of weirded out by that. But there's also funny things too. So that was a Scooby-Doo situation. There's that pause whenever you pick anything, which I guess is accessing the CD to load up the next animation. As Tony says, there are over 1,000 possible animations, I think. Tony thinks that a stream of Monty Python games would be fun. Yeah, it would be. If I'd had more preparation time, I might have paired them up with this, but I just wanted this one to be a little bit quicker and, off the cuff kind of thing. But it might be a good thing to think about one day. Especially maybe that older one that has a bit more structure to it. But it's on like the Amiga and the Commodore 64 and stuff, which are all systems that are slightly higher barrier to entry for emulation. Oh no, sad babies. Approach with caution. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Danger Mouse. She's reminded of Yellow Submarine with the surrealism that just random things happen with no explanation because the world is very strange. So that's a good touch point. I wonder if there's a Yellow Submarine game. I know there was like an interactive storybook that Apple put out on iBooks and then delisted it not too long after, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, that would be a good basis for a game, I think, because it has a strong visual style and stuff. My umbrella became a bat. I don't think I've seen the dog yet. The dog is on the cover of the game. Stick the dog. But I haven't really seen him or them. Oh no, it rained inside the umbrella. And my overalls filled up with water. Oh, okay, that was a warp. Oh gosh. If you want to just go through and see all the animations, you really do need to use a guide, don't you? Otherwise there's so much you can miss. Alright, I don't know what I'm turning on, but let's do it. What is HTC as well? Hot, tepid, and cold. So it's the... Oh no! It's the controls for the hairdryer, I guess, yeah. Oh, so sucking me into the hairdryer spat me out of a camera. So where am I now? Oh, camera controls, they're not even labeled. Okay, so it took a photo and warped me to a row of brick houses. Oh, 5 identical snowman labels. We have an omeraisu, omelette with rice, apple, watermelon, or sushi. Central snowman, please. Was that the doorbell control? Okay, so they've all become rockets. Yeah, but just like seemingly mundane situations where then suddenly something surreal happens also reminds me of the animations that happen in Monty Python by Terry Gilliam, where a lot of them are sort of cutouts of photos and things, but then they get moved and animated. All right, spacesuit controls. Horizontal line, please. Oh, it's moved me away. Just as I'm ready to have something happen in this situation, I get warped to a new one. Okay, so generic science lab. Oh boy, which color of test tube? What's the most deadly one? Orange. Orange is real bad, because that could be like potassium dichromate, which is really super nasty. What else is bad? Blue that deep would be concentrated like copper sulfate, which is bad for you, but also really bad for the environment. So don't tip it down the sink, kids. Black. What's a black solution? I know a lot of black stuff that doesn't dissolve, like manganese dioxide or copper oxide. Bright green, what could that be? I'm not sure. A deep green would be a nickel something, nickel nitrate or sulfate, which is pretty nasty. You don't want nickel stuff getting in ya. Red. Oh, red could be cobalt chloride, which is also really bad. There's a lot of nasty chemicals, especially the brightly colored ones. It's like, yeah, you want bright colors because they're effective and visually interesting, but a lot of them that have bright colors are also really toxic. Okay, so let's go orange. It emptied. You're not going to drink it, are you? Okay. Oh, he is! Oh man, don't do it, kid. I'm going to assume that was a food lab.
Taste, huh?
What? And they were testing new flavors and artificial colors. Yeah, let's go with that. So this is grape flavor. It's not, potassium permanganate. It's grape. What's it going to do? Oh, it's warping me away. Fine. I'd rather stay and see all the gags and watch the situation play out. Oh, I've gone in a loop, so I've been here before. Tony says, the Mega-CD is janky, but I love it. Not that many memorable games, but Sonic CD and this are some of my most loved games. Yeah, I should look into it. There's a little, again, a bit of a barrier with CD games because they take up a lot more space on your hard drive if you want to emulate them. So that can be an issue. But, yeah, they're also, like I say, platforms that had a lot of experimental stuff happening on them, which is interesting. And Tony acknowledges that Sonic CD isn't perceived as that great, but it has an amazing soundtrack. Sega's add-ons are probably one of the things that doomed the company forever, but damn, I love their aesthetic, you know? They look so cool. Yeah, totally. Some great industrial design on their stuff. We saw, I think in the intro, a Mega-CD or what was supposed to be one, but I'm not sure if it was accurate. I'm not sure they've aligned the colors to their chemicals. It's probably just Fanta, says Danger Mouse. Yeah. Well, yeah, Sega's US ad campaigns making fun of the SNES and boasting that they have hundreds of colors. Yeah, the mean-spirited console war generation is kind of, yeah, it's not good. It's a big regret, I think, and it kind of tainted like the gaming community for years and years afterwards, even still to this day. All right, what are we doing? What did we do last time? I don't remember. I think it was the moon. This time I'll pick Ghost. So I've got some kind of little control in my hand. Okay, so similar to the other one, but it's folded me vertically. Kind of an ink blot thing. I wonder what that blob is. Let's ask this lady for help. Oh, it's a diagonal one. Oh, it combined us. That's not good. What else? We haven't done this one. Okay, we're moving on. Oh.
I see you're just a chip off the old block. Or should I say, chopping block, huh?
What the heck? What is that? I wonder if this English speech was in the original Japanese version. Because I know some things got removed for the localized release. 2 screens in particular. Oh, we're back here, but we can pick one we didn't pick before. There's a screen with a Japanese style vending machine that sells cigarettes, and they removed that because I guess they didn't like the mushroom cloud became a mushroom. Yeah, they didn't want to have cigarettes in a game that could be played by children, which is fair enough. It's good. A good thought. And the other thing they removed was a screen which featured a Japanese style typewriter because people wouldn't understand the layout of it or the characters on it, I guess, which is fair enough. But they did actually leave one thing in the localization which I read about, which is one of the buttons on one screen somewhere pretends to boot you back to the BIOS or like the startup screen of the Mega-CD, but it was programmed to appear like the Japanese Mega-CD, and the US Sega CD startup is quite different, but they left it as the original Japanese one, so they didn't change that. Oh no, my flying rocking horse flew on without me. That's too bad. Nice background on this one though. Very picturesque. Oh, and now we're falling. See, that's actually logical. We fell off the horse and now we're falling through the sky. But just the random warping that happens. Yeah, it doesn't always match up like that. I wonder if that was... if they were intending them all to be like that. Oh no, it's a tiny parachute. Not big enough. Oh, did I do that one already? Okay. Tiny fan. Yeah. Oh, no. Tony's saying that there were also attack ads against the Game Boy from Sega, promoting the Game Gear, which then, of course, died a death. I love the Game Gear too. I'm a real big fan of that console. Although, oh no, an elephant. I like the Master System better, especially when a game is on both platforms, which happened a lot because the hardware was so similar internally. So actually, I don't like the Game Gear that much. I prefer the Master System. Oh no, Sumo. I'm getting all these heavy things instead of proper parachute. I wonder if there's a real parachute under one of these buttons. I guess not, because that wouldn't be a joke, and everything in the game is a gag of some kind. Or a warp. Oh no, we're back at the pig. It's part of the localization, indeed, indeed. Minecraft. Was something Minecrafty? I think I missed that. What are you talking about? I'm not sure. There was a Game Gear ad where a kid was playing a Game Boy and he smacks his head because he wants to see color. That's silly. Alright, pig, what have you got for me? That's the same button you pressed before, kid. Maybe there's only one animation that they've reused. Oh no, now she's mad. She punched me. Sorry. Well, you don't go pressing the nipples of random creatures, I would say. Ah, warp again.
My partner's so slow.
Oh,
What?
gotta go. Bye.
What? My partner's so slow. Gotta go. Bye. What the heck? Oh, you thought you saw a creeper. Okay. I don't remember that. This game moves at such a fast pace. I've already forgotten gags that I've already seen. Oh boy. Got sprayed with pig milk. And again, I'll bring up the Beef and Dairy Network. A recent episode had the podcast sponsored by the pig milk lobby, and the host was very upset about that because he is deeply entrenched in the beef and dairy culture. Anyway, funny podcast. Check it out, people. Oh no, it made me spin instead of the blender. Tony says that he seemed to like the milk. Why are all the blender buttons labeled with bombs? That's what I want to know. Okay. It would be useful if the game kept track of which ones you'd pressed. It did when I blew up that monument and it crossed out the button. Maybe if it marked them in some way, or if you had like a... So I just pressed start. Oh wow, okay, so there is a map. Wow, look at this. What the heck? This is like the Shadow the Hedgehog completion map, but worse. This is enormous. Remaining monuments 29. I found 5% of the gags and seen 16% of the scenes. That's really cool. I like this a lot. I wish it was more detailed actually, but yeah. Strange. I'm on scene level 6E. But knowing that some things can take you back. Actually, how common is that? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, are we saving? Do I do that? Sure. I haven't been using save states at all. I said I would, but I haven't really needed them because there's so many options on the different screens, and then you get to try them all later. Oh no. Oh, cool. My boat turned into a robot whale. That's very cool. Okay. It is like the cube, says Danger Mouse. There's so many rooms. Okay. Just gonna do this one in left to right order, I suppose. Oh, otter! Uh-oh. It's gonna break that shell on my head. Oh, poor boy. And seriously, I'm sad that I still haven't seen the dog. It's supposed to be a main character, right? Robot fish. Ah, flying fish. Very steampunk, I like it. Hey, Life Force is here. Good to see you, bud. Truly a massive open world experience, says Tony. Oh yeah, it's Oshawott. Sure. I didn't know this was a Pokemon game. There was a Pokemon game on a Sega console.
Fix me and I'll help. Can't, huh? Well, no oil, no labor.
What the heck? Okay. Yeah, it was one of the Sega educational consoles for children. I don't remember which one, but it had like licensed Pokemon stuff on it because the Pokemon Company operates independently of Nintendo for a lot of things. And people always say, oh, Nintendo did this or that when something Pokemon happens, but really they don't have much say in it. They're only a part owner of the Pokemon IP. So there's all these Pokemon games on mobile that have nothing to do with Nintendo at all. Okay. Oh no. The baseball machine's throwing bats at me. Dang. Let's go the other down. One of the other downs. Okay. That's throwing pitches at me. What did that say? Gans? Guns. What does that mean? Was it the Pico, says Tony. I do not remember if it was the Pico. But they're asking if it's not really a true gaming console. Well, I don't know. I would say a lot of the games on it aren't as fully fleshed games as you would get on other consoles. Because they're more like educational or interactive things for younger audiences. I'd say they're still games. Alright, so I think these are meant to be nonsense alien symbols, although some of them look a little bit like Japanese hiragana, like that looks like a chi. And that kind of looks like a su. That might be like an a or an o. But yeah, everything in this game is just random, so you just press something. I suppose if you really wanted to win, you would have to take lots of notes. And refer to that map a lot. Oh no, spooky spiders. Why were there 3 spiders in one egg? That doesn't make sense. Oh, there's an actual Pikachu branded Pico console. Like variant. With decals and stuff, I assume. That's interesting. Yeah, Pokemon variant of what is technically a Sega console. Technically, yeah. It's definitely a Sega console. Sega did a lot of cool, interesting things. Oh, okay. Last time I did the camera, it was a warp. This time it's... Oh, is that the same one? Oh. See, this is why it should mark them or something. Maybe I can get the spacesuit to do something this time. Nope. Oh yeah, as Danger Mouse says, also that's not enough spiders. There should be more spiders. From a spider litter. Let's just do a check. See, we've actually... Yeah, we have gone back. Wait, the arrow's here, but that one's flashing. What does that mean? Why are they different shades? Ah, this game is so inscrutable. Maybe if I had the manual, it's probably out there. I could have looked it up. Achoo. Corner of mouth, please. Okay, we're leaving. The Mona Lisa room is not a good room, says Life
for
Force.
wiping out the security system. Now the lady's all mine.
What? Okay. Okay, buddy. Why is it not a good room, Life Force? Seems like you're familiar with the game. Have you been playing it this month? Or... Oh, okay. Man is climbing out of the shut. Tiny little man. Tiny man who is grunting a lot. She looks a little worried about that man climbing her face.
Oh, at last! The summit! Oh.
Well, he was happy to climb all the way up there, wasn't he? Okay. Apparently that is why this is not a good room. I can see it. Oh boy. Do not Google Mona Lisa inflation. Whoa. Oh, cool. Medusa Lisa. Yeah, this is not a good room, is it? If I remembered which button got us out of here, I would press it. I think it was the right eye. Oh. Yes. That was a hole. You did notice gravity. Okay, so back here. This time, I will not fall. I promise. Oh, I'm not on the horse. Am I going to fall onto it? Yes, awesome. That's logic. That's another logical thing. I wonder if you can press the right buttons to actually take you through a logical sequence. Instead of random warps. Oh no, the wings are replaced with little fans. Oh no. Okay. So that's a reset. Okay. And the Pico, by the way, is based on, like, Mega Drive hardware because, I think it is because a lot of Mega Drive emulators can also emulate Pico games. This one looks like a little cow. Let's press that. Where are the buttons? There's buttons on the couch. Ooh. Oh, wow. This is a total Fahrenheit 451 room. Where all the walls are TV screens. That's cool. Oh, he was happy. A lot of the outcomes sort of hurt the boy or make him uncomfortable in some way. But that was a nice one. Oh no, a tiger. Don't worry, it's all an illusion. That's cute. So the boy does do vocalizations sometimes. I was reading that one of the re-releases, I think maybe the Japanese PS2 re-release, they re-recorded a lot of the boys. Dolphin! He's pleased by everything that happens in this room. This is a really good room. I want to stay here. I'm gonna save state here. I like seeing the boy's happy face. Oh, I left. Well, you know what? That's why I made that state. I'll just see where I end up. Well, this is new. I guess I'll stay here because...
I give an arm and a leg to live in Hawaii. They let me keep the leg, so I could wear this cool dress. Aloha.
Okay. So we're not leaving. That was just an interstitial scene. Those things happen sometimes. What was I saying? Yeah, they re-recorded. So that was leaving. So Tony's actually requesting one more of those dolphins. So that's a good point. I can just do it at any time. I can redo something. Lovely. Yeah, so they re-recorded a lot of the boys' vocalizations, even though he doesn't exactly speak words. They got a Japanese voice actor to replace all the boys' dialogue, or whatever you would call it, because in this one it's done by a Westerner. Yeah, so chat is saying, yeah, poor kid. This is a memory game, pretty much, yeah. Life Force says, this game sure makes me uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah, agreed. When trying for humor, sometimes you can do something that's a little bit off. Maybe if they're trying to be edgy or something, or trying to be silly, but it doesn't quite land, then it can make you uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely. Tony says he doesn't deserve any of that. Life Force says, good old sumo Terminator. Yeah, the cyborg aloha dancer. It's pretty good stuff. Hula dancer. He said aloha. Nice sound effect. Okay. It made the blob a flatter blob, which then chased me off. Cool, cool. How about the up? Yeah, nothing is logical. The labels just don't make any sense. Don't even try to think about how it works. Okay. Doesn't matter what you pick, just pick something. Old-timey video camera. Oh no. It spat out individual film cells. Why were they all cut up? Oh, we're leaving, I guess. Yeah, as Tony says, it's very Japanese nonsensical humor. It's one of the styles of Japanese humor you can get, is the nonsense style. Okay, so this deity figure has 7 left hands. Let's pick this one. Oh, we're leaving. I never like that outcome where you just leave straight away, because it means you don't actually see any of the gags they've prepared for that room. Oh well. Now, I've been here before, but once again, I don't remember what anything does. Woo. Yeah, so at this point we're starting to see repeat stuff, just because I don't remember very well what I've done. Oh, I'm sure I have this one. Is that a slide projector? No, I think it was a film camera. Danger Mouse says, I like the steampunk aesthetic in some backgrounds. Yeah, I like that sci-fi one we saw earlier. Agreed. And like the robot fish that I was riding on earlier, that was cool too. Steampunk kind of stuff. Some nice visual design in this game. Fine. Oh, back to the hairdryer. Okay, well I know there's things I haven't tried here. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Oh boy. Oh,
Me, 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 me.
that was the genie in the hairdryer. Danger Mouse missed the fish while peeling a banana. Well, if I ever get back there, I'll be sure to show you the fish. But for now, we're at a giant TV or maybe a magic mirror. Breakout. Nice. By the way, if anyone in chat wants me to press a specific one, either because they know that it does something or if they just want to request a button, then go ahead. I will see it after a bit of a delay. Because I'm sure there are all the bumps on his head from hitting his head. Good stuff. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of highlights that I'm going to miss. Okay, so we're seeing different kinds of game setups. That was kind of a Space Invaders thing. Oh no, the pink spew traveled outside of the screen. Yeah, I didn't get any wishes from the genie, no. The fan-made maps do help so you don't get lost forever. Well, I committed to not looking at a map because I thought there would be enough randomness and content to at least play for an hour. So, yeah. And after all the okay. After all, the point is just to see what random gags they come up with next. And it doesn't matter where you are because there's always going to be more random gags unless you start seeing the same ones again. There's a second elevator. Okay. So this is the first one that I originally started in, is it? Or is it the second one? This all looks very familiar, so I believe I've been here before. Let's try calling this time. Uh-oh. Alice in Wonderland style. The room's shrinking. Some graphical errors are happening. Oops. I'm sure I installed the BIOS. I don't know. Uh-oh. Okay. It just ends there. That's fine. It's better than the alternative, to be honest. Alright, let's try going to first floor. Okay. Oh, we're back here. Cool. Nice background again. This time, what will we do? Oh, it exploded into tiny little ones. Sorcerer's Apprentice style. Life Force says that there might be 3 or 4 elevators, actually. Do they look different, or do they look the same but have different outcomes happening in them? Because that would be an interesting twist, wouldn't it? Oh no. All these gun functions don't actually destroy the blob. The dog shows up in one of the elevators. Okay. Is this a jelly? Ooh. Oh no. It's like, I don't know if it's the jelly. I think it's the T-1000 Terminator, because whatever you do to it, it just reforms and attacks you again. Although it seems like the form, yeah, I wouldn't say reform actually, because whatever you did to it stays, but it's still able to act. Okay. Oh no, it flew away. This might be a Buddha, but maybe not. Oh, okay, we're going. Danger Mouse has made green jelly molds that looked like that before. So last time I pressed pause. This time, let's go channel up. This is a kind of TV control room. Oh no. Okay, cool. Even when it resets to a state that seems neutral compared to the starting state, there's a fade in, fade out transition, which, you know, I guess it's consistent. Actually, you know what this whole pressing random things and random things happen reminds me of is a game I've played on stream before, and also one we played for Game Club. Humongous Entertainment's games, which are adventure games for younger audiences. So I played Freddy Fish 3, and on Game Club we played Pajama Sam 1. And those have a plot and like objectives and stuff, but they also have on every screen random things in the background just hanging around that you can click, and they'll do a silly little animation for you. I suppose there's more logic to it than we have here. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But, so the kind of like random outcomes happen that are humorous seems like a good setup for children, right? The funny thing is that when this game got localized, there was a bit of a disconnect between the style of humor that I guess the Japanese creators intended for children and what the American audience localizing it was ready for, because the result of things like the toilet humor and the bawdy jokes and things that are in this that might be considered appropriate for young Japanese kids, when they localized it, the American ratings board decided that that was a bit inappropriate, and they gave it a T rating, T for teen. So they recommend that you have to be a teenager to play this game. And I don't think it quite matches up, to be honest. Because outside of the content, like the style of game and humor seems appropriate for children, I might say. What do you think about that, chat? Would you agree on the style of humor and the audience age group and stuff? Danger Mouse says, I enjoy the Inspector Gadget arms whenever they press a button. Yeah, that is amazing. I love that little just animation thing that happens there. Tony says, I love those games, the humongous games. Or Scooter's Magic Castle, suggests Danger Mouse. Huh, that's a really good question. Life Force says, I'm confused. Why did this boy get roped into saving the world from the virus, or whatever's happening in this plot? Yeah, good question. I don't know. Let's see if Sega Retro has like the manual, so we'll see what the official localized materials has to say about the plot. Oh no, it didn't work. I'll do a quick check here. Tony says, the T rating, it's complicated to be sure. This is a spoiler, but in the laboratory there's an animation where you grow breasts. I assume that by itself is enough to give it a T. I got flattened. I'm sad to admit that that is true, says Life Force. Yes. Questionable. So I think this button... What did this... Oh. Oh no! Nothing worse than a crowded lift, I gotta say. Okay. So we're kind of back at the start in this case, because I've pressed all the buttons, and I know that this one will take me somewhere else. So, yeah, I'll try and not loop too much. Sega Retro is a really good resource if you're looking for material and manuals for basically any Sega game or game on Sega platform, indeed. Let me see. Yep, here's the manual, so I'll just look that up. So there's definitely a lot of buttons here that I haven't pressed. Okay. Okay. Tony's bringing up inconsistent ratings. Oh no, I know what that one does. Okay, I can't rewind, but I can fast forward at least through that. Because we've seen it. Now this one took us away, but it's loaded state back to... Oh, okay. All right. See, we're starting looping and repeating a lot more now. That we've seen more of the game. Oh no. I threw up blue goo. Yeah, so anyway, Tony was saying about Crash Bandicoot 4. It's a great game. It's E-rated, but there are some mild cuss words in it. Danger Mouse says, it might just be my child, but the eldest wouldn't cope with so much death, no matter how cute. He's a bit sensitive, which is a very fair point. There's a lot of violence inflicted on the child in this game, which I guess could be a bit confronting. Hey, it's the dog finally.
It's you. Have you finished saving the world yet? Wake me up when you're done.
Okay. Don't know why you have a Speedy Gonzales voice, but okay. Alright, so Life Force is looking at the manual. I'm just pulling it up now myself, but that's good. You've got it too. They're guessing that Slap the dog, or Slap the boy, is roped into this because he bought Panic, which is the software designed to destroy the virus. So they made the software and then they released it commercially, and he bought it. And therefore, he has the task of using it to destroy the virus. Okay. Danger Mouse says, most kids would probably be okay with it, I think. The surrealism might go over their heads, but they'd get the toilet humor. I guess. There's something for everyone. It's family... All the family can enjoy this game. Sure. So let me read you the story section of the manual. Machines have suddenly begun to malfunction worldwide. A nasty computer virus has created software bugs in the computer network server, which will infect every device on the planet. So this is a lot of stuff we saw in the intro already. If you leave it, you cannot play TV games. So, like, if you don't do something, you'll never be able to use your TV again to play games, I guess. The program, codenamed Panic, was designed to destroy the virus. You control all machines by pressing switches in this game. Attack the mother computer. Your obligation is to press switches to return to normal the world. Select switches and start. So that's quite awkwardly worded, not translated very well, I think, or localized very well. But it also doesn't really tell us anything about why Slap is doing this. There's some bios for the characters. So Slap, the boy, he has a slap cap, his favorite cap. He never removes it, even in bed. Although we saw him with it off in the hairdryer scene. The hand, suitable for pressing switches and moving forward. The brain, remembers forms and brands of all switches. Well, his brain's better than my brain, it seems. Eyes, never miss any tiny switches. Are there tiny, like, pixel-sized switches in this game? Maybe. The heart grows larger than life, even on a bad hair day. Okay. That is so strangely worded. Stick, the dog. His hearing ability is far above that of human beings. The paws. He can carry anything with his hands and press switches. Stick legs. He can stand up with 2 legs. The brain. He believes he is a human being, not a dog that can save the world. Okay. The smirk. Wise and nice smile. The stomach. I can digest anything hard. And here, this is a really important section of the manual, actually. So this section is headed... Oh, okay. So that's the origin of the spider creature, was it came off the umbrella. This is why the game should have a tiny bit more structure than it does. Yeah, so how to play Panic correctly. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the funny screens. Laugh at the funny gags. What will happen next? You can save the game if you get tired. Keep your eyes on the game. I haven't been doing that the whole time, have I? I've been reading chat and missing some jokes. All up left buttons or switches have gags. Now that is good information. So always the upper left button of any screen will have a gag. Okay. Interesting. Good to know. What the heck? Multi-tier umbrella. The next page, like, has quotes from the little devil character that we saw before. And then there's the warranty. Yeah, not much to it. So, okay. So, let me see. There's some chat. Children have always watched South Park, says Tony, which is for adults, but then stars children characters, and a lot of kids back in the day watched it. Same with The Simpsons. Maybe this is closer to The Simpsons, which is always considered family, risque type of humor. And saying also that this is not exactly the best localization. Yeah, agreed. And now I'm at the point where I don't know which ones I've pressed. I don't know which ones will take me away. So we'll just press something. Yeah. As Life Force says, the section that I just mentioned is titled Whispers of the Devil, which they say, any manual with a section titled Whispers of the Devil is fine by me. Okay. So we're on this screen again. I know this one's going to take me away, and I don't want to see that other scene. So let's get out of here. Danger Mouse says, I remember the TV guide in the week before South Park aired. There was a section as a disclaimer explaining how it's not a kid's show, even though it's a cartoon. Yeah, that's always been a sticking point for certain people, hasn't it? That, like, oh, cartoons are for kids, therefore adults should never bother watching them. But really, animation is just a medium. Yeah, adult cartoons were such a foreign concept that they needed a mini article to explain it. And yeah, I think that's still the case in certain spheres. Yeah, that's exactly right, Tony. That's how I would describe it. They're saying, this seems to be a really poorly translated gag controller manual. Thanks to Data East. Yeah, totally. Like, it's a manual that has jokes in it, but they haven't translated it very well. If you need help for later, I know the stream is just about over, but here you go. That's good. That's good. Can you link that in the Game Club Discord chat? Because that would help everyone, I think. It's a map of all the scenes. Oh, a printer, a photocopier. Great. A new scene. So what should we do? Stop. Well, let's hit the top left one because we know that always has a gag. And I want to see the photocopier gag. Great, it threw up. This is a common gag in the game, I think. What would AC be? That's more like a calculator. All clear. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Seeing the same scene represented with fewer pixels. I love that kind of stuff. Actually, that's a lot like Rayman Legends, one of the music levels, the harder version of it. They have all kinds of like gimmicks, visual gimmicks that try to make it harder when you redo them. And one of them splits the screen into smaller bits, so it's harder to see what you're doing. Yeah, man, Rayman Legends, what a great game. This game actually came out shortly before Data East Pinball became Sega Pinball, says Life Force. I have no idea what that means. Sega Pinball. Data East Pinball. Oh, okay, so it was a pinball division of Data East. I thought you meant a game. So, yeah, okay. Interesting connection. There was a Data East Pinball, like, dev subsidiary or whatever, which went over to the Sega ownership. Okay, adult cartoons were often typecasted, so to just be really gross sitcoms. Tony was reminded of Lockstep from Rhythm Heaven. I don't remember which one that is. Lockstep. I don't remember the mini games by their names. Oh, what? Oh no. It went in reverse and started spitting stuff out, although none of that stuff would be sucked up by a vacuum cleaner. Data East Pinball Division, I think, made Tattoo Assassins as well, says Life Force. Oh no. That's funny when it sucks up the background as well. That happened before with the movie camera. Danger Mouse says, this looks like a Rugrats scene. Oh, okay, that warmed me. Great. And she also says there's lots of green slime in Word Rescue too. I don't know what Word Rescue is. No, I don't think I've hit this one, have I? I probably have. Okay, it's taking me away. I really am looping. How long have we been going for? Oh, we've been going over an hour. I think I'll call it there. I'm starting to loop a lot, and if I'm going to play this more, I will be using the map in future. So, yeah, but that's enough for this stream. This was just a fun little on-the-fly bonus thing, just to have a bit of fun and to give some attention to Tony's pick for Game Club this month. So yeah, thanks for picking it. It's a really strange experimental kind of thing. It's one of those things where you go like, how and why did this get released? But I'm glad it did, even if a lot of stuff in it is kind of questionable, or like, how fun is this game really? I don't know. I had fun with it for the last hour, just seeing what would happen next, which is the whole point. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Check the game out if you want to. There's not many other things really like it, except for Chuchel by Amanita, of course. So check that out too. I do recommend Chuchel. And if you do know of anything else like it, let me know, because I'd be interested to see where this sort of quote-unquote genre could go with games. Just to round out what chat is saying before we leave. Data East Pinball became Sega Pinball in 1994 and then was sold to Gary Stern in 1999 and is now Stern Pinball, which is a big name in pinball games, so that's cool. Interesting. The looping stuff is the one big flaw, says Tony, and yeah, I would probably agree with that. It does let you go back and see things you hadn't seen before in earlier scenes, which is one thing, but they could deal with that with a menu or something, I don't know. Yeah. Or if you had more control instead of everything being completely random. Word Rescue was my first favorite game in color. Well, I'll have to have you back on the stream to talk about that, because we did mention the Donald Duck game, which was the first thing you'd played, an educational thing on black and green computers. I'll talk to Tony about that later. Tony's theory is that this is a tech demo that they released, showing off the power of the Mega-CD. After all, WarioWare and such are games that basically release stuff that's basically tech demos. Yeah, that's an interesting perspective. WarioWare could be considered a successor to this format, couldn't it? Yeah, that's interesting. There's more structure to it, but the situations that pop up are kind of random. But they do expect you to react and engage with the game, whereas this one kind of shows you things and you just watch them. Tony probably knows that, the Donald Duck game we're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough. Thank you very much for joining me. And I'll see you next Wednesday with a proper length stream that I've prepared more for. Yeah, I was going to play Konami YY World, but the emulator doesn't like it, so we'll see what happens. Alright, bye!